right.
Team Aster's
So you talk about how Marcy owned, and these are fast picks, by the way. These teams know exactly what's going on, but Boxy's Tusk has been pretty disgusting as well. Like, he's played like 3 or 4 heroes like S tier.
Yep. For sure.
Do you like it as a counter 4 matchup against Marcy? Is Tusk one of the better ones, or do you not really mind?
I think Boxy just went down his list and took the second hero after Marcy.
That's honestly how it goes sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, it will be interesting. I mean, one of the very crazy things is the 8 sniper on Aster. It seems like they have very high confidence pick. Like, they rate it super highly. There's not a Lina this time, and sniper is usually a Lina counter, so they just like it no matter what. Bans are also looking pretty similar. It looks like Liquid is going the list down again. They banned the Mars second stage as well last time.
Yep.
Don't remember what else event, I think Naga, but that was for the Brood, so they might not opt to that.
Yes, they banned Mars, Naga, and Pango. I do think the Pango will go, yeah, it will. So, yeah, it's... I feel like when you're targeting XXS in second phase bans, these would be my 2 go-to ones. A potential honorable mention to Brewmaster. I don't know if... I guess Brew's a pretty good hero against Lesh, right? I've seen some teams use it as a counter pick. Just, Lesh hits this amazing timing with Bloodstone. You just cyclone him and fight someone else. So it might be worth a ban here for Liquid as well.
I think it's also one of XXX's top tier heroes, and they're gonna have to pick 16, 17. They don't know what they're going up against. And I think Aster is one of the teams that might pick it up if it's not getting banned in second stage. If you think it's good, Toby.
There's a Visage for him.
He plays Visage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is in as well. Yeah, Visage an old school Lash rank counter as well. Still in the pool.
Thinking hard about this lone druid ban on Aster.
True, actually. yeah. So still, like, once again, you're playing against Liquid, you're playing against Marty, you're thinking, do you ban the lone druid or do you not?
Paper, it's bad against those heroes.
Getting rid of the Lich. This time around, I guess Aster, especially with this opening, are more countered by Frost Shield, and Insania did have a pretty meaningful impact in that last game with some Chain Frosts too. However, would you say Lich is like, I guess the Frost Shield component against snipers, just straight right click is nice, but he's never really going to be in position for Chain Frost. He's never going to be in range for the, and he's one of the heroes that can kill the Spire if Lich goes for that. He's kind of a hybrid mix.
I think the Frost Shield would have been good against both Sniper and Marcy.
Yeah.
Like, it would have just countered them too hard with the Lash. Also, the Brew button coming out last from Liquid, I think that's very smart. As I said, like, XXS really loves this hero and would have been a decent answer to the Lash rack. The main coming out is no surprise, honestly. Maybe it's a surprise it didn't get banned. It's one of those heroes that Insania just loves to play. It's another Frost hero and a stronger lane. Surprised it didn't get banned, I guess.
Yeah, they're more afraid of Lich than Serum.
Yeah. But I think it makes sense against Marcy and Sniper with the Lash, no? Like,
I guess.
With the Frost Shield.
Do you think there's any downside to having a lineup that doesn't have a ton of flexibility right now? Kind of know where I mean, you said they could play position 1 Lesh technically. You said Aster wasn't able to do that probably, but as we're gonna see a Putka.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. This sniper patch is flex, definitely.
I meant for Liquid.
Yeah, I think Liquid, they don't flex the Lash too much. I don't think Matos played Lash a single time this tournament, and Mika always had good results.
Mika can play safe lane Lash.
I suppose, yeah, if there's a good reason. Oh, wow.
Oh, that's Silash.
They really want a solution for the Sniper in their lineup here with that backline jump.
This is really interesting.
So I believe it was Liquid against Thunder Awaken, where Thunder were picking Pudge into Lesh, and he is just insane against this hero. You pop Flesh Heap, you take basically no damage from Edict, you take almost no damage from Pulse Nova if you have any sort of magic resist on top of it. So is a direct counter here from Aster to the Lesh. Do you feel like Storm's matchup against Pudge is meaningful though, or?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I honestly don't have to play any of those 2 heroes, but it's probably a decent matchup mid for the Storms. Really does very well against many melee heroes, and obviously an answer to Sniper, which I feel like they were lacking. I think the mid matchup is probably fine.
I've seen Storm lose mid really hard to Sniper.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking as well. So, like, they could actually opt to put the Sniper mid and the Pudge carry. That could be a very, I think, Sniper fair matchup of midding against the Storm.
Is there a world that you can play a 3 Pudge on XXS? Because he has also played that hero in the past, or is that just kind of outdated at this point? We've barely seen it this tournament, right? It's almost only carry and mid.
I think that would be wild. I think that would be a bit, like, crazy. Especially because Monet and Ori are just insanely confident on it.
Yeah.
And I picture XXS as sort of the teamfight hero player, like the Panda that can ban out the Pango, the Mars. They even banning, like, more and more the Tide. I think they want some AoE control on this last pick on Aster, possibly.
Liquid, by being second pick, will have the ultimate last pick of the draft. You guys need to pick a hero for XXS now. What's it going to be? Like, you don't know your carry matchup, so I'm assuming you're trying to pick an offlaner that initiates for your team and maybe has a solution for Storm to an extent, or Sanking?
No. No. You don't want to get counterpicked by Matu and playing his sinking.
Yeah, so
Casual Visage.
Visage? Okay.
10 seconds remaining.
Any melee strength hero.
Yeah, Visage is pretty decent in this
5
game. I
seconds
guess
remaining.
Aster's teamfight would then not look that good. I'm still curious if Liquid is thinking about putting the Leshrac possibly on Matu, but I think it's almost 99% on Zai. He showed it multiple times.
I like Dawnbreaker against CM.
Oh, the Dawnbreaker's still in the pool,
Just
yeah.
killer.
Liquid might ban it though.
Yeah. Dawn for XXS is definitely an option. He was banned last game as well by Liquid. It's kind of going down the list again. I wonder if there's anything else they have their eyes on as a potential threat that Aster might go for, but yeah, Dawn seems pretty solid.
What else is in the pool even? So Brood is out, Enigma is out, Mars, Pango, Brew, Tide. So many threes are banned. And the
Well, rate
Visage.
the Visage
Alright.
higher. Okay.
Alright. Toby got it.
It feels like Dawn is a nice, like, layer of protection for the sniper later on as well. Like, it could be the difference maker about whether he stays alive or not if he gets jumped by, like, Storm Tusk. Maybe a Dawn ult can buy some time. You also have the hook, obviously, to try, and you have the...
remaining.
If it gets really crazy, maybe you can get a dispose off, but most of the time that's going to be tough.
This
So what do you
last
feel now? You like the Visage, right? And now that's not an option for Aster anymore, so
Yeah.
what
I don't
option?
really like Dawn, but it's like the only thing left.
Still the best one? Okay.
Yeah, this is a tough one, honestly. I'm not sure what else is even still left in the pool, and you have to consider that Liquid has the ultimate last pick against it.
I'd say I've seen Lone Druid do pretty well against Dawn in games that I've watched. Not really here at TI. I don't think it's been a common matchup, but just high-ranked pub games, Lone Druid fares well in that lane a lot of the time. Are you thinking about Lone as Aster? You probably are, right? As an
Yeah,
option
yeah.
here for Liquid. So is that a concern for Dawn, or is it still just the best choice you have and you just kind of have to deal with it?
I think you just have to pick it.
There's also the Underlord that he played last game.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a tough blind pick, but it's a decent pit.
Omni Knight. Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's a core? Marcy or Omni?
So,
Or Jakiro.
Or Jakiro?
So what's the idea?
so this is a Matu hero, right? Lone Druid, you're saying. What do you guys think of Spectre? Good against Sniper, good against like pure damage through Omni Knight's
I
ult.
think they have punch problems. They need
seconds.
punch.
Punch is too good against that?
Yeah, they need someone
They
to
need
fill
damage
punch.
for punch.
Yeah, the Lifesteal Arsenal. The Spectre is not really needed because you already have the Storm against the Sniper. You could double counter him, but I'm not sure also how... Like, Spectre's a pretty outdated hero.
Is there actually even a carry left that counters Pudge on that matchup? Ursa, Bloodseeker, and Lifesteal are the three best. They're all gone. Something like CK can sometimes overpower it, but you're still against Flesh Heap and you're against GA. So it's kind
exactly.
of worry.
Yeah, it's
That's
not a
concern.
good CK.
You have no dispels whatsoever against Omni in this game. I actually really like this last pick from Aster, given that they don't have ultimate last pick. I think it puts a lot of pressure on Liquid to find a perfect hero that might not exist.
Waffling is the perfect hero, but Matu doesn't play it.
Matsu plays Morph? No? Maybe he hasn't played it this tournament. He definitely plays it.
I guess. I mean, there's always like, it depends what you practice the last couple of
Yeah.
months and how confident you're on it. So, in any case, is this an offlane Omni, you think? Or XXS Marcy? That's actually like still not obvious.
Oh,
I
that's
guess.
true. Yeah, it doesn't
But-
necessarily.
Oh,
matter.
what if it's an Ori
Sounds
sniper
like
and
off-lane Omni.
carry Marcy with Omni support? That's also an option.
All right, looks like
Probably
they've
not
made their selection. They're going to wait till the last second. The whole gyro meme, I believe, is what Blitz said. Just to make Insania sweat a bit. And it
Oh,
will
the
be the
Morph.
Morphling.
Well,
Okay.
Nice call, Toby.
Toby proven.
Well, you said it was the best pick, but you also
Yeah.
said he wasn't playing it. So you get 1 point out
I
of
mean,
2. That's
Matu
still
was
pretty good.
laughing, so I think
Yeah,
he
he's like,
understood.
it's perfect
So
pick,
it's like,
but I don't
play this
like
hero,
it.
guys.
Toby on the case predicting every hero.
All right, so whose draft do you guys like?
So it's a 5 Omni for P2.
Offlane
and
Marcy.
Offlane Marcy XXS. Ori mid Pudge.
Or mid Pudge, exactly. I like Liquid's draft, honestly. It's confidence coming out from this Morphling pick. I think it's a very good Morphling game. Also, Zai has done wonderful things on the Slash, Boxy Tusk. Curious to see how this mid matchup will go in the end, the Storm against Pudge, but I think Liquid's draft is
I like Liquid's draft as well.
pretty damn good with this Morphling last pick. I think they got them.
How do you think Marcy Sniper fares against Lesh Tusk? I feel like that might be the lane to watch here. Is that clearly favored for either team? assuming it's, or sorry, I said Marcy Sniper, sorry, Sniper Omni. Do they have the tools necessary to
Well,
lane?
Sniper Omni should do very well in this lane, I think.
Okay.
Unless they get outplayed.
And Marcy in any lane will do well, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what we've learned at this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, this hero is still bonkers, I guess. XXS can also
Plus
do
4
good things,
Jakiro, by
and
the way.
it's-
Yeah, so Marcy Jakiro against Morph Maiden probably is going to be a
whatever.
farming lane,
Yeah.
largely, right? But the Omni Sniper is definitely an oddball.
I guess the Marcy is also like not counted in any way this game, except the Morphe baby. I'm not sure what the lane goes like, but it's a decent Marcy game as well. Oh.
So Sir Action Slacks, I believe, is with us here with a nice interview before game number 2. Let's hear what he has to say.
Absolutely. I am here with Lanham and Helen. Hello, everybody. Welcome. First question for you. You're up against the big blue team, the big blue meanies here with that draft. Sniper last game, Sniper this game. I know Liquid has not beaten Sniper yet. Is this on purpose? Do you think that's their weakness?
你们对战一支全蓝的队伍，在本次比赛当中 ，Liquid 没有击败过火枪，你们是做了功课针对他们的吗？
这个英雄对他们的英雄池有一定的克制作用，
Well, this hero kind of counters their hero pool.
A standard answer. All right, all right. Let's talk about Omni Knight. Now, we don't see this hero a lot. Coming out here, last chance here. Do you believe in the omniscience? Do you believe that this is the power you need to come back in the series?
其实全能在本次比赛当中并没有选的很多，你对自己的全能有没有信心？信不信他
我不信他，我也不会选出来吧。
？Why would I pick him if I don't believe in him?
Yeah, baby, all right. And I just wanted to give you a moment here with the crowd. Of course, the crowd is cheering for you. They love you. I want you to have your last moment, so take it away. Say whatever you want to say.
现场观众有很多人都替你们打气，有没有什么想跟他们说的？
希望兄弟们打气的那个声音再大一点，我在里面听不到，好吧？
Can you guys cheer louder? Because I can't hear you.
Oh, he wants that cheer louder. Can we give him one more before he gets to the game, Singapore? I think that's pretty loud enough. All right, we'll throw it back to our casters.
Thanks, Slacks and Lan M, Cinderin with Sunsfan.
You're welcome.
Hello, Sunsfan. Thank you. Liquid versus Aster, game number 2. And we're going to see a Matu Morph, as we already discussed. We're going to see the Omni Knight support, which is a hero that didn't exist until recently, it feels like. Tell me what this hero offers.
Yeah, so Omni usually will, on level 1, skill Hammer of Purity, which is also what he has done here. So it's his trading ability in lane. You just do some damage and effectively trade HP off. You bring your tangos yourself and you try to trade with either the enemy support or the enemy offlane or whatever is better. And then later, okay, that's a start from Ori.
Yep, the hook looks good. He's all warmed up from game number 1.
Yep.
Like, just give me Pudge. This is an elimination game. Give me Pudge. I want to have fun.
I will say, to be honest, this has been one of Ori's most impressive heroes to watch this year. After it became relevant as a core hero, he's been one of the standout players on it, so I think Aster will feel confident having him running that. To finish off on the Omni thought, aside from this early laning trading that he does here with Boxer, who's pulling the wave, what Omni is going to offer is a lot of defense. It's one of the most defensive supports in the game. You have a strong heal, you have a Dispel that gives regen, and your ulti, obviously, the full physical block, which Liquid have done a very good job at. You know, with their lineup, they have solutions for Guardian Angel.
Okay.
Ori.
Yeah, he pops the Fairy Fire, so he's going to live as a result. Matu getting pretty low in the bottom lane, and Zai getting low in the top lane. Action in all 3.
Bloodseeker in this lane, he would have a million move speed right now, but...
Talk to me about the mid matchup. So Ori on the Pudge, Mickey on the Storm Spirit. Pudge is just, I mean, we've talked about this hero a lot, but very level dependent.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's being played in core really gets benefited from his passive, which is now an active. He has great base damage. He can write good attack animation. Like, it's really hard to deal with this hero.
I think this lane is pretty dangerous for Storm, because if you do get hooked, you have no way of repositioning yourself. You have 285 move speed, so you can never outrange the Pudge.
Yeah.
Even if you Vortex, the slow isn't enough, slow yourself, so... it's kind of a balancing lane where Pudge needs to gauge whether he can go for a kill or not. And if he can, and lands a hook, it probably just gets it. Oh boy, insane.
Dispose, and first blood this time goes to Aster.
Look at that. It's the same as last game. Marcy jumps mate and then kills her in the same place.
Marcy is, I mean, we talked about it. Wait, Primal Beast wasn't banned at all? Or was that in the second?
He was ignored, I think.
Completely ignored. Wow.
I believe so.
Yeah, Primal Beast and Marcy, we were both expecting to be the most picked / banned, but to get through at this late in the tournament, shocking.
Yeah, and oh, there's that trade-off. Ori
with
it.
the rod. We got a TP coming in, but Boxy is a little too late. Gets the ice shards off.
He's level
Water
1
Rune
though.
is popped by Ori, and it looks like he's fine. Wants a high five. Will he get a high five back? No, Boxy just focusing on CS.
Oh, this is concerning for Liquid. Once Ori gets going on this hero, he has the ability to completely take over games. He's gonna now go and get the bounty rune for a refill.
Oh yeah,
Also gonna hook the Centaur for some added benefit.
Great.
Gonna get a Tango, a Heavenly Grace. Everything to make good old Pudge happy here. And yep, that solo kill mid is enormous. He's 600 net worth now ahead of that Storm. And the level advantage is nothing to ignore either. When Storm hits 6 after Pudge, he's constantly at risk. Any connection on a hook is a kill. You can even just walk up and dismember him if the lane positioning is unfortunate for Mikko. He's not paying attention, being careful enough all the time. Yeah, it's scary, this mid lane start for Liquid.
And this is not even taking into account that there's a Marcy on your team that has not even bothered to help out in mid lane because they don't need to, because he's winning that, and now they're going to go on top of Insania again as Matu trying to deal some damage to Baboka, but it looks like Insania will be the death for Liquid again. 0-2 thus far in this lane.
Yeah, Maiden Morph just not the strongest of lanes, especially in the early levels. Liquid obviously acknowledging that Morphling has a good core game, but the Marcy Jakiro lane, insanely strong matchup. Like, you're gonna hit level 3 now as well. Ori will.
Zai, they're gonna go on top of Monet here. Looks like they'll find the kill first before Zai ends up being the trade. So favoring Liquid here.
Yeah.
Siamese Cat just trying to harass Boxy away. Oh, the XXS tries to go for a cheeky rebound play, but Matu, as long as you get that strength off, you're not going to die in all likelihood here. And Ori, like you said, level 5, almost level 5.5, as Mickey just hits level 5 now, so he will have a kill opportunity. We'll see how passive Mickey will be at that point.
Monet is doing some serious damage to Boxy, not enough though. And yeah, this lane from Liquid, it's really fun to watch this lane because it feels so different from most of what we've seen. Not the Lesh Tusk is pretty common, right? But the Omni Sniper might be the first time this tournament this lane is even played, I would imagine. It's very special in the sense that Sniper has basically no way of repositioning himself, but Omni can make you strong enough to maybe stand your ground, even against Tusk Lesh. As long as there's creeps around that can eat part of the Edict, which, by the way, Zai isn't even skilling. He's going Lightning Storm stun for now, but Edict will be coming later. Perhaps it's enough. I also wonder how comfortable Liquid are playing against this matchup and Omni in general.
Boxy, he's in a rough spot. Gets off a nice ice shards though. Boxy, one of the best Tusk players in the world, of course. We've seen this time and time again. Looking certain death in the eye as poking onto the range creep.
And might have wanted the siege, actually, but...
Yeah, possibly. Either way, the next creep should get him to level 6, and that is where Mickey has to be extremely careful. But Ori's taking a lot of damage here, so we'll see. Has 10 wand charges right now.
It is power rune time, though.
Yeah, there it is.
And he's going to go for it right away.
Immediately, here comes the snowball to try to cancel, but the damage is already done on Mickey. Another TP to come out from Insania. Mickey dies first, though, as Baboka is the one technically getting credit for that one. Zai, in the meantime, has to TP back to Fountain in the top lane.
Yeah, so the trade-off here is it's a 1-for-1 kill, but Liquid have to bring 2 supports mid to get the trade, and obviously that leaves their side lanes exposed, and Aster identify that and immediately take advantage of that top. Lesh is not a good hero 1v2. This hero thrives on playing with ideally a melee 4 that can set him up and tank some damage, go first. Once that's out of the window, even a lane like Sniper Omni can actually just bully you out. Put on a little bit of a Hammer of Purity and a Shrapnel and just run Lesh down, and he has to back, so.
Talk to me about back to Pudge, of course. Yeah. Stop talking about this fat guy, but
understandable.
Ori has his phase boots. He's going for the casual cloak into Ag. That's really fast.
Yeah.
Is that because he's owning right now?
It's that, and he has Omni, right? I think that that extra layer of protection really helps in speeding up your hero going for a faster pace. So I don't mind it. We've seen some different builds on Pudge. We've seen Blink Rush was popularized, especially in the China region earlier this year. Cloak into Axe has been run without Omni as well, so it's not like the first time. We've seen Hood into Axe. We'll see. If he dies once, he might just buy a Hood for value. But as long as he's balling like this, I mean, he has died once. If he dies again.
Yeah, but that death, it was a good trade.
It was a trade.
They got the XP.
Oh, close to hitting that hook on Mickey. Had the ward seeing Mickey's movement, which he's now going to ping, is like, why on earth would Ori ever hook here unless he saw me on a ward? Yeah. But Ori did not count correctly with didn't account for Storm's slow movement speed and threw the hook out too early. Mickey obviously not even having boots will make that movement.
Imagine being that slow and it benefiting you as Mickey gets out the Electric Vortex. Boxy is here as well. Ice Shards to connect onto Ori. He's stuck here. Gets off the hook though. Instantly cancel on the Dismember, so no kill comes out from Aster this time. But that is a haste rune.
Oh, this rune is insane on Pudge.
Indeed. And just like that, Mickey zips as far away as he can, knowing that he can't really contest here.
Or he's going to see Boxy. He might just go for it. No, he's not. So
it's time.
Keep in mind, Ori's going for a pretty standard Pudge build here. He's going 1-3-2, which means when he activates Flesh Heap, it blocks all of the self-damage from Rot. This spell gains so much from the second point. And when you have that haste rune, you can just run at people with Rot and Flesh Heap on the duration, usually enough to find a key kill in a fight. So you've got to be very, very careful as Liquid around the map right now.
Yep, and they actually just drew. I believe that was Boxy. They know that this gank attempt is happening. Zai TP's out.
Honestly, I'm really impressed.
Good attempt from Ori.
Yeah, good read.
Pop the haste now and get back to mid.
Great read from Zai to TP there, because I think a lot of players in that situation just start running and probably get out from running, aside from the obviously Pudge connection there. So he knew that that was a haste play coming in when Sniper started playing aggro and instantly TP'd away, so well done. Still a very Aster favored early game. Last game was a lot more even at this point.
Yeah, but with all this this movement, it's kind of created some space here for Matu to catch up a bit. He's top 2 net worth right now, so he's off to a pretty good start. He, of course, went for... Oh, he's going straight Lincolns right away. First item. This is like super old school.
It's pretty old school. It's not a build we see
rebound
right now.
Sania is eventually, surely Crystal Maiden doesn't run away from somebody. Surely he is dead. They want Ori to try to get these Flesh Heap stacks. The hook connects, and Ori gets another Flesh Heap stack to his name, which is now at 3. But yeah,
that might be the longest that Maiden escaped from King ever.
So that was like, I thought it was slow motion at first. Big zip in with a connection from Boxy. They're focusing on Baboka. They get him. Mickey a little bit low on mana as Ori is now TP'd in. Looking for a connection of their own, faking the hook, not going to go for it.
That was with the power rune picked up from Mickey. He got a double damage, and that enabled that play to be very swift. So immediately converting that to a support kill. Not the biggest, but it's still nice for Liquid to force rotation, if nothing else, from Aster. They do get the TPs in toward mid, which I think arguably are worth more than the kill itself in that instance. Just getting Ori as well as Pichu's TPs on cooldown, which could potentially open up for something here up top. Boxy is thinking about it. He's getting level 6 from the next creep in Fog. But Pichu in a very good position here, covering Monet, and it is a difficult kill. Keep in mind, if he Heavenly Graces at the right time and removes multiple abilities, Monet just gets that bit stronger. That could keep him alive. He also has Raindrop and a decently charged up wand. So this play probably does not actually exist for Liquid. Hook, Matu with a quick wave form.
They could just go for the tier 1 tower on top of the Omni Knife potentially. Gets off the Heavenly Grace, but Boxy, he's the one kind of isolated right now. The snowball is going to buy him a little bit of time, but he's just going to get right-clicked by Monet. So a really easy kill here from Aster.
And yeah, and Liquid even brought a Maiden for that just to die in a 2v3. That feels really bad. You're the one allocating resources to try to threaten the Sniper, and he's just standing his ground, showing to be way too powerful with the Omni Knight behind. You kind of settled for trying to go on the Omni, but just not possible.
Oh, we got Ori. He's going to get the Dismember up, but that's against another Pudge named Matu. Trying to get off a little bit of damage here, but he's going to get Ice Path inside the Macro Pyre. Hook back into the fray, and down goes Matu. Zip back in, but now the Heavenly Grace comes out as Mickey has to walk away in shame. Aster here in numbers. Not sure if they see Insania, but
Radiant's bottom
Yeah, he's got no resources left.
he's a pig.
Oh, this is one way Maiden can escape for a few seconds, but now
Hook
she's
potential. Oh! Crystal Maiden jukes in slow motion, but XXS is here. And again, the longest chase of Insania's life, but he created a little bit of space.
I would think it's impossible for him to beat his record from 2 minutes ago, but here we are. He actually kited them for a good half minute there. That, if you're a Maiden, you take that. That feels pretty good, actually.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Splitter the connection. There's Matu coming in with the waveform. Monet's just going to get right-click down in Oblivion, but Ori is coming into the fray as well. He's going to get stunned right off the bat. It's just a 3 versus 1 against this tanky Pudge. Splitter connects. This is going to be a huge kill for Liquid if they're able to grab him, and it looks like they will. A little bit late on a Heavenly Grace for Siamese Cat. So 2 core kills for Liquid.
Yeah, and a tower. That could not have gone any better. And not a ganking duo you would expect in that instance as Monet. It's the Lesh Morph gank in the side lane. And the TP too late from Ori, and Omni Knight did not have one, I believe, so couldn't show up and protect in time. A big moment for Liquid, just recovering a lot of their early game deficit there with one swift move. They find 2 cores in a tower. Doesn't get much better than that.
That was a savior friend syndrome domino effect. Something. But on the bright side for Aster, Ori is more than halfway to his Ags, and once he gets that against a Lesh, against a Morph, it still works that way in Morph, right? The health reduction. Actually, can't remember anymore.
Yeah,
that was changed.
It should favor Aster.
So a really good Pudge Ags game.
I'll cancel the Pudge out there. I'll cancel it. I think we can kill him too.
No cancel anymore.
His thing is running out. Yeah.
Yes,
Fucking get it, boys. I said only cup 2, only cup 2.
They sound very happy all the time, don't they?
They do. I mean, it did win game 1.
That's true.
That'll help.
Indeed. Ice Path not able to connect here. But yeah, I mean, this game was definitely Aster's favor, but that one move, it felt like it brought Liquid back into the game, and it's essentially even for net worth-wise, at least. You can see Zai still working on a Bloodstone. Obviously, position 3 is not going to farm nearly as fast as the usual mids that we've been seeing. Mickey getting relatively close to finishing the Sange Kaya. And of course, on Matu's side, let's go back to this Lincoln Sphere. This is like a Dota 1 classic. Literally every game you buy this first item. And then early games of Dota 2, it kind of transitioned over and then disappeared pretty much. I don't remember why at this point. More items were added.
Yeah, a lot of the times you would see now, I think most Morphlings buy Falcon Blade into something else than Lincolns. There's like plenty of item builds you can go on this hero, but I'm just looking for the reasoning for the Lincolns. If is it Dismember? Is it Dispose?
Oh, Mickey zips in, but there's 3 members of Aster. He doesn't seem to give a crap about it. There goes the Guardian Angel, and Mickey's just going to get punished right off the bat. And Aster super happy with this exchange as Insania baiting them into a potential chase of the lifetime again, but they will give up on that.
You can't underestimate how much Omni does in these situations. If you're jumping a support and you're like, man, he's low, I can get this kill. Omni casts Heavenly Grace and a level 1 Purification, and Baboka all of a sudden wasn't even remotely close to dying.
Yeah.
But Mickey needs backup. This is not the greatest Storm game to solo kill in, because the enemy supports are actually relatively tanky, right? There's a Jakiro, there's an Omni. If you want to get a solo kill on either, you really have to burst your entire mana pool away, and then you might not even be able to get out afterwards, so might have had to wait for the Sange Kai there. That could have made the difference, potentially.
And Ori destroying an illusion here as we're going to see a bunch of items picked up. So Bloodstone for Zai, and we saw Ori's Aghanim Scepter now being completed.
Pudge is insanely strong right now. He's easily the strongest hero on the map. If he has Omni Knight protection and he gets Flesh Heap off, I think Liquid genuinely can't even kill him with 5 heroes during the duration of Flesh Heap plus Heavenly Grace. So they've got to be pretty strategic about how they approach this fight. Ori has queued up his next item. It's going to be the Blink Dagger. So, well, they're going to go on him top here. Flesh Heap is
going to try for it. Ice Shard's blocking him in. Nobody nearby, but he's going to get the Dismember instantly canceled thanks to the Split Earth from Zai. But this Rot is decimating them as Zai forced the TP out, but the hook back in. Split Earth is coming. He's faking it out. Doesn't do enough damage though, as Zai can just be walked down on. Ori with another stack of Flesh Heap. That's up to 7.
Yeah. They need more heroes than that. That doesn't cut it. It looks juicy, right? It looks tempting. He's even half duration Flesh Heap when they initiate. All it takes is for one support to show up, and Ori can clean house there, and that's...
And Aster back to 2K now.
It feels like Liquid will not make that mistake again. It's kind of like you're testing the limits. Are you able to pull that off? The answer is no. Next time you're bringing probably the Storm or the Morph to make sure you get that done. But it's a costly learning experience. It's 2 heroes dead. It's almost a mid-tier 1. It's more Flesh Heap stacks like we talked about. Yeah, something else I guess we didn't mention. Marcy with Pudge is pretty interesting too, just for the rebound move speed. This hero isn't too fast, but effectively giving him haste when he initiates, he jumps on him. XXS will finish the tower here, no problem.
Yep, very not really defended. Rebound, looking for an opening, but none to be found yet. Mickey's going to be shown, but no Blink Dagger yet there for the instant initiation from Ori.
We see Matsu going for pretty standard morph here. One of the best items to get against Pudge with the Ags. The stat steal is very powerful, and you steal this obviously stat resistance as well, so you can maybe lock onto him and bring him down. It's the link hits that's a little bit unusual, I would say. Maybe we're talking about that a bit too much. It's not like
let's bring it up for the 3rd time.
It's not like an insane rarity, but I think a lot of players in this spot would have gone for a cheaper build-up with Falcon Blade into the Ags, or maybe
well, I would say
maybe it's a Manta game. I don't know.
First item is variant. Yeah. But there's Dismember, there is Dispose, and there's Assassinate.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yep.
So, I mean, that's one argument, is Linken's is extremely good when there's only 3 things that cancel, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's also a feel-good item in terms of like being full health and mana when you're pushing around the map, in terms of farming. It is a good item on the hero, but...
They're hunting a sniper, but he has a lot of distance there. Boxy looking for an opening.
He has the pike, though. This is not easy.
Yeah, and he's going to use it prematurely there.
They're spam pinging it out. They know.
Good awareness there from Aster as their lead continues to grow. Now at 4K with the Blink Dagger now online on Ori. So he can just jump in. I would assume a BKB would be next.
Let us fight.
As Zai and Boxy just have to try to keep Aster at bay a bit. And you know what this conversation's going against, Cinderant.
Yep.
Who does it benefit?
The tier 5 neutral item? Roche.
The same joke every time. Eventually somebody will laugh.
That's the thing, though. When you get toward the end of the tournament, you run out of content, right? It's the same with the teams. But actually, the drafts have been pretty creative today, so that's been pretty cool.
True.
Roche, I guess if Boxy had more levels in tag team, probably the Radiant is the faster Roche killers, but overall, Marcy will always be one of the best heroes at doing it as a core. Level 2 Unleash with 4 in sidekick. Speaking of which, Mickey.
Oh, zips just in time. Wants to get a little bit aggressive, but he's outnumbered.
He'll get out.
He'll be able to get out.
Good reaction. If that connects, that could have been really scary. But yeah, I guess either team can Roche relatively quickly if they find 1 or 2 core kills, and that looks to be the game plan here for Aster. They're rotating top to start taking control of this area so they can start threatening Roche. And if Liquid are showing 2 cores on the enemy side of the map or something like this, you could just sneak it with Marcy plus Sniper, I guess. I guess actually, they're pretty good at killing it. So, both teams looking at it more and more. Yep, there we go. They see cores bottom. Well, it's only 1 core in the Lesh, but let's see if he pops the Unleash or not. XXS is holding on to it, so this will be a slower kill than what it could be, but does offer the protection of, in case a fight breaks out, he has that BKB Unleash, which is very, very powerful. And yeah, Aster know that they don't need it at all to kill it. They will grab it. Looks like it's going on Monet again, like last game. Could have seen it on Pudge in this one, honestly. I
could have.
Definitely think Ori is in a position to just go crazy with an Aegis, but it's rather protect Monet.
Yeah, Monet always gets the Aegis. That's what we've learned here. No matter the hero. Onto the high ground, the hook connects. But see Insania trying to get away, but some good moves. Not going to be enough, though. Split Earth onto the Sniper is the rest of Liquid trying to get away in this bot lane. Shrapnel slowing him to a crawl. Zai continuing to get headshot. Do they have the stun? They do. Ori with a double kill across the map. Now top lane, looks like Liquid want to try to get something out of this.
Mickey's out of mana.
He is. I don't know if he can get this kill. Has to TP out. Will live, but no kill for Liquid at all.
If Aster had any TP with a stun there, that could have been a dead storm, but they're all on cooldown or unavailable. So Mickey, I mean, that was just a full-on global fight, top to bottom to top again. Very understandable that Mickey tries for it with how many heroes from Aster rotated, but again, Storm just doesn't have enough in the tank to solo even the Jakiro.
XXS, that's who they want. Boxy has a Blink Dagger, Walrus punch as well, but XXX gets off his BKB and Unleash, and now he wants to fight because Ori has come to play. Matu, nice save on the Boxy, but it's going to cost them the Crystal Maiden again. It could have been a lot worse for Liquid, but Aster able to keep their position 3 Marcy alive.
All things considered, that was not too terrible. Matu showing up with the Ags there. Definitely helping out against the Pudge.
Off the zip in, they're trying to take out the Omni Knight. The hook from Matu, that is enough for a kill, but the instant initiation from Ori, they delete Boxy from the map, so it's a 1-for-1 in this little mini engagement. XXS, he's gonna get split earth with Matu just right-clicking him. Looks like that's gonna be enough with the adaptive strike as well. And Aster, like they're gonna retreat despite having the Aegis for another 3 minutes.
Nice dodge on the hook there from Liquid. Both of their heroes sidestepped it to the right. If that connects this fight, it's totally different, but they dodged that Ori play. And also great play call there from Mickey to go for the Omni in this situation. It's not an obvious move that you're able to pull this off, but with the hook connection from Matsu, they get that kill. Sure, the trade-off for the Tusk isn't the best, but it's good enough. When Omni's out of play, suddenly you can access new targets. You know there's no BKB on XXS, and that dodge on the hook, crucial for how this fight plays out. Zai would have been in a very precarious position there, but gets to just run away and reset.
Now we joke that Matu doesn't play Morphling, and he's not really, he's playing Pudge, right? That's probably the reason he was laughing. Looking forward to getting that Agnum Scepter and turning into a big, juicy boy. I mean, how much stats does he get from that when he turns into a strength hero?
So you steal 20% of their strength, and then he steals 40% status resist because it's a strength hero.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's very meaningful.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Still, obviously, part of the equation that Ori does have the Omni Knight. We cannot forget how much that matters in this instance, because even if Morph steals away a lot of Pudge's tank ability, Pudge is there, or Omni's there to return it to him.
Yep, true.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
It'll be a tower for Aster bottom. Zaya's doing a lot of damage top from the fog. With
I mean, kind of what it feels like he needs to do at this point. It's only a 3K lead, though, for Aster, but again, with the Aegis, and now knocking on the high ground on the tier 3 bottom.
It's a slightly different vibe to this than the last push they did last game in a similar situation. Feels like they're in a stronger spot.
Yeah, and Monet continuing to get sidekicks, which he didn't get last game, so we'll definitely expedite the high ground offense.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Top lane was being pressured a bit by Mata, actually forced out a fortification from Aster.
Boxy there.
But Ori, he wants to go in deep. Instant initiation, counter initiation from Liquid. Snowball connects, the zip in by Mickey, pops the BKB as well, but he gets dismembered. He's gonna die inside the BKB. No! Zips away with just a sliver of HP. Now can go heal up in the fountain. Now that the BKBs are down on Aster, but the hook comes out from Ori. Zai gets off the Bloodstone, but it matters not. The rot is too powerful. Now this Rax is under peril.
They're still pretty sustainable, Aster, with the Omni Knight. A lot of the time, Storm in situations like this can start finding kills when heroes stick around for too long, but Aster are not phased, they're not worried. They have enough in the tank to keep the heroes safe. You even see the salve here from XXS going to be up to full health again. And it's like nothing happened for Aster. The only thing that's really on cooldown here that matters is the Marcy BKB.
Oh, the blink hook, dismember, death for Insania. Aegis is down, but this is gonna be a full set of racks now. Ori has a BKB. I mean, not that they could kill him anyway before that.
Yeah. I guess the silver lining here for Liquid is that Mickey survived because of the status resistance and Kai Assange, right? He would have died
that's a good point.
So, I mean, it's a very thin silver lining. It's like, it could have been worse, but essentially you got basically nothing and lost a full lane. And Aster are gonna start looking to push out the other 2 lanes on the map to keep this pressure. Now, bottom lane's going to be a constant issue that Liquid have to deal with to get pushed out, and that means Aster will look to push out mid first and actually making a rotation toward top, feeling like they could find Mickey up here. This time he will have BKB again. It's been that long. Pichu's taking the outpost. That will be a giveaway to Mickey that they fear. He also has a ward there, keeping him safe.
Ori is eyeing a Shiva's as the next item.
He is. It's kind of incredible that Matu has higher net worth than him, actually. I just looked and I was like, that's very surprising. Ori has 10 kills.
Doesn't feel like it.
And like 200 CS,
well,
but Matu has almost 300.
He did go Lincoln, so it's not really a damage build, right?
Right.
But now he's going Scotty. He's only a point booster away. But I feel like it's going to be one item on top of the Scotty before he's really dishing out damage, like a butterfly or whatever he wants to end up going.
Damage.
I mean, is there any? No, you're not going to go BKB this game. It's way too defensive on top of the
Dire's
Lincolns.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, you probably don't go BKB at least yet. I don't know what the best option he has really is. Can you even go like Daedalus after this? Just really hard commit on the damage part so you have a way of killing Pudge? Because I feel like that's what this game comes down to right now. For Liquid, the problem is they don't kill the heroes they need to kill. Aster's lineup's just way too tanky of a wall, and they're so confident they're going to go up without Aegis. Almost landing the hook there, already trying for a blind one into the tree line. This is a possible fight for Liquid because there's no Aegis this time on Sniper, but if Aster continue to have good formation and very good coverage with wards from the right, it's hard to find that attack angle that Liquid need, and Aster are going to constantly pressure this tower with Liquid Fire, with Shrapnel plus attacks from Sniper.
Yeah,
We'll
there's
try
Zip on in. They want to get the Omni-Knight immediately. Will they get him? He gets 4 steps to safety. There's the Guardian Angel just in time, and Mickey has to buy back after dying right off the bat, and Matu is dead as well. A terrible fight for Liquid as the BKBs have come out from Aster. Now they can just focus down Zai. Another death, another kill from Monet. Ultra kill overall. Ori wants another hook. He gets it. Mickey completely out of mana as Monet trying to finish the job, but able to zip away is Mickey again, but Boxy slow to a crawl and a rampage. Monet just sitting in the back while his fat friend does all the work, and he gets 5 to his name.
It's just an insane strategy from Aster, but I really think Liquid's idea of jumping the Omni-Knight there feels like the only possible way that they can win a fight, and Aster were just quick enough to react. I think it was a defensive dispose from XXS that threw Omni away. He gets Guardian Angel off, and the moment that happens, the fight is actually lost. I think it doesn't matter what Liquid do after that point. They just need to try and disengage and look for a better opportunity, but it's too late. They can't get out. Pudge gets on top of them with a rod. They lose a lot of heroes. Oh, try here.
Yeah, Mickey. Oh my god, the damage.
Don't underestimate Monet. He's just picked up a Silver Edge. He hits really damn hard now. They do get the melee Rex.
Oh, and there's a double damage.
And there is a Rosh in a minute 20, which neither team knows, obviously.
This was the attempt to delete Siamese Cat, but he got off the Guardian Angel, and Liquid just lose the fight after that.
There's just way too much damage. Matu can't stand his ground. He's pretty tanky, right? He's got Lincolns, Ags, Scotty, and he turned into Pudge, I think. Didn't matter. It's way too much damage.
Got it.
This Aster lineup just proving to be formidable so far in the game. And if they... Oh.
Okay, Insania. He's dead.
Went scouting. He found them.
We can see that Roche won't be up for another 45 seconds, so Aster just biding their time. Just want to play disciplined Dota, make sure they don't throw any leads.
Here's the tricky part for Liquid, though. If they give away this second Roche, I think the game is effectively lost. But the Roche will spawn before Insania is up. So if Aster are in position at the time it spawns, they could effectively force a 5v4. And even if it's just the Maiden, it's still a pretty crucial thing for Liquid to not have there. It's a Force Staff that's out of play, it's an AoE slow that's out of play. Aster just needs to keep scouting it, and if they recognize it, they will be able to grab it for free.
And I believe a Courier will be sitting in the Roche pit. Never mind.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work anymore. But Roche number 2
will try to push them back. I like this. This is another approach, maybe. Maybe you can defend Roche by pushing bottom. force a rotation, but Aster just elect to use the glyph here to maintain Rose control, rather than TP back basically any hero that could have defended that tower.
Yeah, I think Matu's gonna, maybe they just give up the Aegis and Shard and try to get a Rax themselves. Matu going to town on this tier 3, but it's gonna force the TP out. Onto Jakiro, actually cancels it.
But Matu will still be scared off, and that is the Roche. And now the problem for Liquid is, okay, so it's extremely hard to take this fight that you kind of have to take, so you're going to try to make this split push play, but the only lane you can split is the one that the enemy team has strong creeps in. So Aster just going to force down mid, and the bottom lane will defend itself no problem unless Matu knocks on the front door. He's the only hero that can do anything about it. He's not doing it. Too many heroes missing on Aster, he doesn't feel safe.
Monet with the Aegis, he takes the Shard as well, so has the concussive grenade. Even more slippery. It feels like the initiations from Mickey are pretty crucial. And this feels like a game you need to go Ags or something, but he's just going to be too far away. Actually, the Orchid is a good choice against the Omni Knight.
Yeah.
That is one way to try to counteract. But the problem is he has an Aeon Disc, he has a Force Staff. That's going to be
They actually can't prevent him from getting spells off anymore. It's just impossible with the lineup they have.
Need to get a Nullifier, which is very expensive.
Nobody wants to buy it. You have no Dispel for him at all, and yeah, he just needs to not get changed onto Death and Silence. Just get a Force Staff ulti off and a Heavenly Grace, and he's basically done his job. So yeah, so that play is out of the window now too. Pichu identifying that is the one play Liquid had based on the previous fight, and he's eliminating that one. So if Liquid can't force them back, they have no reposition. I mean, they have an offensive Force Staff on Insania. I'm starting to look for kind of desperate approaches because it feels like
Force Staff into the splitter that is already on the ground.
I mean, otherwise this just happens, right?
Oh my god!
All right.
All right.
That was close.
That hook went right through the 2 polygons that exist for Morphling, not including the cosmetics, of course. Very quick fingers from Matu, but again, they are on the back foot. BKB picked up by Zai.
Yep.
And this is, like, they have good defense with Lesh and the Tusk to some degree as well.
They just have absolutely zero map control, right? That's the problem. Bottom is pushing in, mid is pushing in, and top is now also starting to cross the halfway mark. And if Aster want, they can cut the next wave top. So Liquid are completely cornered. Matu's going to turn into Sniper, so taking away some of that adu.
Monet takes a little take aim action to himself, little right click action from Matu, but I mean they're delaying it, but again the lead is still growing in Aster's favor. There's no technical rush for them.
And Aster's probably going to find this ward now too that is giving Liquid some really good information, right? Because now this camp is blocked and they're like, wait, what? And there we go. So the last little bit of vision that Liquid had left given away by the camp itself. And you might wonder, like, why do you place a ward there? Isn't that going to be obvious to the enemy team when the camp doesn't spawn? Yes, but at the same time, it's really not an obvious spot to place it to begin with. So the sentries that you usually put in this area, which you see from Aster, the first sentry that they have did not find the ward, but ultimately they get it.
Yeah, looking for the jump onto Matu. They're all smoked on the low ground. Overwhelming blink, not quite up yet for Ori, but
yeah, this is kind
ready
of
to go.
telegraphed because nobody is, like, Zai is getting pretty far top.
Yeah, they
Nobody's
scanned
showing
it.
Mid.
They just scanned it right now. Trying to delete the ward. They do so. The hook is in, but Ori not able to connect. Aster having to reset, still with a minute 20 on the Aegis. Now they can just do the old sniper trick again. Get this tower kill. That's the biggest thing preventing them from getting onto the high ground anyway, on top of the split earth, of course. Linken's is popped now. Hook not connecting again from Ori, but there's the punch from Boxy into the hook from Matu. Already half HP on Monet, but again, he still has the Aegis, and Zai getting destroyed. My goodness, he melted. Freezing Field comes out just for a split second, but it matters not. A second death for Liquid. Hook on into Monet, but he gets a concussive grenade off again. And Liquid crumbling here in game number 2. Aster coming back with a vengeance, looking to get the mega creeps. Buyback comes out on Matu as one last potential stand here from Liquid. Mickey not able to do too much. A nice ice path comes out into the dual breath. They find the Pudge finally, but how much is it going to cost them?
Boxy ticking away ever so slowly. Matu, the last remaining member of Liquid after the buyback now. He turns into Punch, or he's still Punch in fact. Has the Rot, just getting kited. Finally gets disposed back into the ice path, and he's actually staying alive thanks to the strength morph. Has to reset back into the fountain. Boxy has to be careful. This would be a dieback for him. He's gonna tick away.
Matu had 6,000 health because he also had the strength from Punch.
That is a very beefy boy as the mega creeps now come out. Aster, massive advantage here. GG still not called. It's only a matter of time here as the last tier 4 will fall. Matu and Zai trying to get something up. Really want to kill Monet now that the Aegis is gone, but the ice path is there. Hurricane Pike on top, and that is going to be the death of Liquid in game number 2. So Aster, they come back really nicely to push this to 3 games.
Yeah, that's got to be really good for their confidence, you know. In that first game, the first game was really close. There were plenty of opportunities.